Thank you everyone on this analyst meet. It is my pleasure to welcome you all, and it is great to see that we are filling the hall every other meet more and more. So the family of analysts who are covering Astral is also growing. This is our 25th year. Astral this October finishes 25th year and 25 years since I started Astral in 1998 with a small factory with one extruder and with a history of 6 years of struggle to actually bring CPVC to this market. Today CPVC is one of the fastest growing polymer in India. And with pride, I should say that Astral put the roots of CPVC in this country. And for 5 years, people were not convinced to use this polymer. And these 5 years of struggle were the hardest years of my life. Now, when I remember and when I see today's Astral after 25 years, it is because of the help of multiple people who have taken Astral to this level, and you are also the part of this journey. And I am happy to say with pride that you have always stood by us in the thick and thin times, and we have always come out victorious of whatever the situations we pass through. Today we have pipe business. In pipe business, we have multiple product lines. We last year launched a new drainage product, Drain Pro, an innovative product for India, and we are the only one making after silencio, and which has picked up very well in this market. It is accepted in the market. We are going ahead with expansion of the product line in capacity. We have ordered machines, and we'll be almost doubling the capacity in the Drain Pro and the silencio. When we come to our fire sprinkler CPVC, which has also started picking up in many markets, and many markets have got the approvals of the fire sprinkler pipes. Day by day, the business of fire sprinkler, which I've been talking for many years, has now reached a level where the acceptance is fast, approvals are fast, and the usage is growing. The valve project, which we have been talking almost from 2 years, is almost complete. I can say the ball valve range is complete, not almost. We have launched the complete range of industrial ball valves in Indian market, and there are export inquiries which we will be attending and delivering in this year. So the valve project, which started off 2 years back, was little slow because of the COVID, as our valves, our molds, and our parts which are used in the valves come from Europe. So that investment and that part of business is now fully operational. We will be this year and coming 2 years, we'll add multiple range of valve and we'll become one of the companies from Indian soil where we can give industrial valve to the level which is delivered by the world's best companies. When we go into the composite pipe, we had some issues with composite pipe which was stopped. We had to stop the production because of the adhesive glue which was coming from Germany for the adhesion of aluminum and CPVC. The German company stopped the production because of the ban of usage of certain chemicals used in the product. So we have done our own research and we are back with the product with the new glue and complete research. And this research now we can say is completely owned by Astral. So Astral has done this research and brought the product again to the market. Coming to the expansions, the expansion work at Hyderabad has started and we'll be adding 70,000 tons capacity from that plant. Guwahati, we have just signed and taken over a whole premises, a complete premises of sheds on rent, and we will be starting a plant in next 2 to 3 months, pipe production from Guwahati. Here the capex will be limited only to the machinery. Plant building, we have gone on a lease model. We have leased out the plant building. The other segments, you will see some product segments here. Valves are also there. Other segments, especially in the infra business. Last 6 months, the infra business has picked up very well. And we are running at almost a full capacity or almost the optimal capacity. So we have ordered more machines in the infra business. We have certain products which also play important role in the infra business, as which we only make in India, is desalination product. The product used, some of the product used in the bullet train projects and various such infra projects, which are now being sold at the optimum or level beyond our capacity. So we are adding capacity in that. Pipe business, various plants are also doing some balancing capacity work. South, we last year said that we will be starting our fittings. So some fast moving fittings have started its production from South. The plant at the north, especially infra plant, and the plant in Rajasthan is also running at a good capacity. So we will be doing some balancing there. And similarly, various plants are adding capacities and doing some balancing expansions. Coming to the adhesive business. In adhesive business, we have started trial runs at our Dahej plant. So last year we talked that we are coming with a state-of-art facility in Dahej for certain chemistries. The plant expansion is over. The plant is operational. Trial productions have started. And in next 2 months, it will be fully operational with certain chemistries which will be made at Dahej. The plant in Ahmedabad is running with more chemistries, more innovations. The R&D is running at its full pace. Similarly, we have now a very full-fledged R&D setup in the pipe also. So there also we are doing a lot of R&D and innovation, and new product development is going on. So adhesive, we have 4 segments: the maintenance, the industrial chemicals, industrial adhesives, and the wood segment, and now we have the construction chemicals. And this whole year, we have put individual heads on these 4 segments. So now the 4 segments itself are started giving good results, and in next 2 years, each segment will be stronger than the other segment in its own way. The 2 new products which everyone want to know how you are different and what will you do is sanitary ware and faucets. Now, if you see, the sanitary and ware and faucets was something which people thought that why and what. But when you see Astral and when you see its the way it's sold in projects through a consultant, used by a plumber, and through the dealers, and similar way, faucets are used by the same people, applied by the same people, and sold through the same channel. So getting into faucet and ceramic ware was something which we needed to extend for both reasons. One is to make the brand more visible to the customer, and second is that our channel also needs some more products, and the channel has accepted and started selling it very well. We have not come with any pressurized way of selling products, not building volumes, not their numbers. We are going and laying brick by brick to develop this product segment. When we started, we had an outsource model which we are thinking, but after seeing the way it is manufactured, especially faucets, with metallurgy coming in, then electroplating coming in, and the inside parts, moving parts are there. So we decided last year, and we told last year that we have gone with our own facility in Jamnagar. The same facility has been expanded. It has been doubled. At present, 40 to 50% of our faucets are in-house. In next few months, we will have almost 100% faucets made in-house. So this product, Astral will be making it, developing it, selling it, innovating it, and all our designs made in faucets are completely made different than what are available in the market. We have not gone to go to the market. In Jamnagar, if you go for 2 days, you can become a faucet manufacturer. But we have never done any shortcuts in coming into this market and this segment by just lifting a ready product available off the shelf, branding it in our name and putting it to the market. And quality, we are very, very conscious about this quality because here we talk to the consumer directly. The consumer sees us. The consumer sees the brand. Pipe goes behind the wall. Adhesive, you cannot see where it is applied. Paint, you don't know whose paint is used in this hall. So that is what we are continuously working to see, that this product line is always above the mark than anyone in the market. And that we'll continue to start to develop this product as a unique product line and be with the global standards. Coming to paints, last year was just the acquisition was over. This year we have done a lot of things which had to be done for a small company. We had to put the systems, we had to put the SAP, we have to put manpower systems, we have to put HR systems, we had to do many corrections which were required backhand before going to the market to actually sell the product. And this year we will be rebranding it. We will be having manpower on the place. Senior manpower is already joining, so we'll have senior manpower on the place, and we'll be completely doing a relaunch model of paints in next few months, and we will be surely communicating that model to all of you. And if need be, we'll come personally and also communicate the model and show you how we are going ahead in the market on this product line, especially even industrial paints and the decorative paints. So we have now the bandwidth. The bandwidth is very important with the growth. Me or Kairav or Saumya or Hiranand Bhai and many such sitting here cannot do everything. So we have a full-fledged huge office running in Mumbai with 150 people in marketing. The Ahmedabad office is growing with senior people. We have now a CTO, full-fledged CTO, hired from a very big multinational company who heads the systems, and we are working, a lot of things are happening around the IT systems. And we are integrating the whole company to see that how the data is shared, how the data talks to each other, how the marketing guy, how he is visible, what he is doing, what are the performance analyses and various such things, what is sold at a counter, how much it is sold, why it is going down, why it is going up. So a lot of these things are going on at one time, and in next 2 years, the company will itself become a company which will be having manpower, but the systems will be above manpower. We have just, the HR is going to be a big thing for us with so many verticals, so many humans working and so many offices, plants getting operational. So we have just a very senior CHRO who joined a few days back from another multinational. So today, I just want to tell you in one nutshell that if I had to go 3 years back and ask these people to join me, nobody was willing to come and see at Astral. Today, the manpower which we need and the manpower which is coming to us is coming from big multinationals and are coming and joining us with a future vision which we have and which they look in us. So we are getting very good manpower from last 2 to 3 years. And which is, I think, the major concern with growth, which everyone concerns that with growth, with so many verticals, how will you place people and how will you pace the growth with the people? So there are a lot of systems, loyalty programs are there. I think as we have question answers, I'll answer if you have any questions. We are expanding our boards. We have new 2 independent directors who have joined in, are both chartered accountants. And I also welcome Kairav and Hiranand Bhai to the board of Astral. So Astral board is now expanding, and we will be putting more professionals to guide us through the journey of growth in our board. So thank you everyone. It's a short speech because this time one more, Kairav will be also giving a presentation and Hiranand Bhai. So my role is diminishing and the new generation's role is getting more aligned, and in few years you will have more new directors joining us. And I'll be there always to answer whatever you have. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for making it to the analyst meet. This is my 12th analyst meet. I joined the company in 2011, so almost 12 years I've spent. So every year I see the crowd increasing, which is a good sign. And I think next time we will even need to do it in a bigger hall. Um, I'm going to run through this presentation really quickly because there's a lot of information on most of the slides. But don't worry, the presentation will be uploaded shortly after this meeting is over. So in case you miss anything, don't be worried. It will be on our site. So I think everyone knows about the history of the company. Right now, as of today, Astral has over 8,200 employees. We have export presence in 25 nations now. We have manufacturing presence in 3 countries. We have 22 manufacturing units, out of which 9 units are for pipes, 5 are for adhesives and sealants, 5 are for water tanks, and 3 are for paints. We have 4,27,000 metric ton of production capacity, out of which 2,90,000 ton is pipe, 1 lakh ton is adhesive, and 36,000 ton is paints. We have 38 trading depots across India, out of which 17 are for pipes, 10 are for adhesives and sealants, and 11 are for paints. This metric does not include any of the newer announced plants which are under construction or not have commenced. I think this corporate structure everyone is well aware of, but I would like to add that as of today, across all divisions and verticals, we have access to more than 2,700 distributors in India, be it paint, be it adhesive, be it pipe, and Astral products are sold at 1,93,000 retail outlets across India. So this includes all the product. It includes paints, adhesives, construction chemicals, sealant pipes, water tanks, everything. But as you see, our retail reach is expanding every year, which is a very good sign and a very healthy sign for the brand. So these are our 7 categories that we operate in: pipes, tanks, adhesive sealants, infrastructure product, faucets and sanitary ware, paints and specialized valves. And I think one more category they have forgotten to put in this presentation is construction chemicals. That I think they will cover under adhesives and sealants, but it should be a different category. So all of these categories put together, I think Hiranand Bhai will explain further in his speech. All these category put together gives us a addressable market of 1,50,000 crore. Am I correct, Hiranand Bhai? Even more than 1,50,000 crore addressable market. So you can see, we are in this 7 or 8 high growth categories where the market opportunity is very big. So the growth potential for the company in the coming years is always going to be very bright. And obviously we are working very hard to ensure that we grow as fast as possible and, sort of expand organically and inorganically in all the categories that we operate in. Some of the firsts that Astral has done, obviously first to launch CPVC pipes in India. We have 3 adhesives manufacturing facility, which is in the UK, US and India, and UK and US also help Astral technologically in the R&D process by giving newer technologies and helping them create better product. We have introduced countless innovations in the piping category, very hard to name all of them because every year we are coming out with multiple innovations. We were the first in India to come up with lead-free UPVC pipes for potable water. So right now people are talking about LEED certification and green building and all these concepts. But I think back in 2003, 2004, we were the first company to prioritize usage of tin-based stabilizer in pipes instead of lead, which is harmful for human consumption. At that time, everyone was laughing, why you are moving to tin-based stabilizer, lead is there, cheaper. But at the end of the day, not everything that is cheaper is going to be good for you, human health and human consumption. So we are very happy that most of the bigger pipe companies have followed our lead, and now everyone is gone to the whole lead-free concept in piping. We offer the widest range of products in the piping category. I think the range that we have across infrastructural, plumbing, drainage, agricultural, all these pipes put together is one of the largest ranges in country. And now with the valves adding up, I think we will have the most number of SKUs, I can proudly say, in this piping category in India. So as I said, we have a robust network of 193,000 dealers. We have 8 pipe manufacturing facilities already covered. We are also growing very fast in the double wall corrugated and the infra segment. We acquired Rex a few years back, and after that, last year has been very robust for us after COVID. Last year was really good for us in the infra segment. And looking at the new government initiatives across India, I think this segment will be a real growth driver for us in the coming years. Now we have 5 tank manufacturing facilities across India, and we were the first in India to manufacture the antiviral tank. So we use a copper-based compound in our raw material while we make the tank. So that gives the antiviral properties to our tanks. And we were the first, and right now we are the only company to do it in India. I think I will not go over much over the journey. Most of you are aware of the journey. But this year, we have launched the valves, as already I said, and we have launched the rain drainage, the rainway. It's a rain drainage system for the slanted roofs, especially in states which receive a large amount of rainfall. They need the rain gutter to take the rainwater from the roofs down, and most of it is used for water recharge. And we are now in adhesives, we are working on the brand architecture for Bondtite. We have taken all adhesive products and combined them and coupled them into a singular brand called Bondtite. And Bondtite is going to be our flagship brand in adhesives going ahead. So most of the adhesive SKUs will be covered under the Bondtite umbrella. These are some of the awards and recognitions. We are one of the most trusted brands of India, constantly rated one of the most trusted brands of India. We are also considered a super brand by Super Brands India every year. We are also, since past 2 years, considered to be a great place to work. And now we are also getting award. So the Bolwal plant got certified as a green plant certification by the government, and our Silencio product got certification of being LEED Platinum. So that adds to the LEED points whenever you are doing the green building. So this, I think most of you know the history, so I'll not go in detail over this. And like my father already said, we are working on CPVC, aluminum, CPVC, multi-layer composite pipes. So that will be the biggest innovation. When it happens, we will announce it to the market. That will be the biggest innovation in the piping category. And if it happens, it will be a real game changer for Astral and for the Indian pipe market. So these are some of our pipe and water tank manufacturing units. Santej is where we make pipes and water tanks. It is our mother plant. Dholka is where we make the pipes. Now Dholka is also the plant where we have added our valve manufacturing unit. Gilot plant in Rajasthan, close to Nimrana, is where we make pipes and water tanks. Hosur in Tamil Nadu, close to Bangalore, we make pipes and water tanks. Sangli, we make the infra product. Sangli, we make the infra product. Aurangabad is where we make pipes and water tanks. Aurangabad plant was acquired when we acquired the Sarita brand. Sitarganj is one of the old Rex plants where we make the infra pipe. Bhubaneswar is our new facility where we make pipes and water tanks. And Jamnagar is our faucet facility. So Jamnagar, we are increasing the number of SKUs produced in the plant. So most of the 99%, you can say, the faucets that we sell in the market today will be manufactured in-house. So that will give us access to basically help us manage the quality of the product. So the QC will be in-house. And it's a very sensitive product because with the moving part, you have to ensure that the quality remains very good. And that is a true test of a brand in the market. Because in faucets, See, sanitary ware, you don't require that many moving parts. So sanitary ware, it's easier to outsource, but faucets, the more in-house you make, the better it is for you. So these are the adhesives and sealants manufacturing units. Uh, the Sealit facility in UK, the Sealit facility in the US, both adhesive facilities. And then in India, we have Rania, Unnao and Santej. And shortly, we are also going to inaugurate the Dahej plant. So these are the upcoming facilities in adhesives, Dahej, in pipes, Hyderabad facility, and also for the first time we are going into lease model in Guwahati. So we have leased the premises and then we are only going to put up the machinery there. So it will be a very fast plant. It will come up in a few months. So Guwahati is going to cater to the fast growing northeast market. So these are just some of the slides with the pan-India presence. It's too much to convey. So these are our product offerings right now in the piping segment. These are the plumbing, drainage, and some are infra products. These are cable protection, wire protection, agri, infra, urban infra, industrial products. These are our ancillary products like solvent cement, specialized fittings, insulation material, bottle traps, air admittance valves, clamps, hangers, etc. So we have put up some of the samples of our newly launched valves at the back. I think after the meeting it will be nice if everyone can just take a look at them. They are really up to the international mark, and they are much better than some of the valves that are currently being imported into India. So I think valves, once we finish the entire range in a few months, I think it will become a real game changer for the company, especially in the bottom line segment, because valves are a high marginable product, and they are also very specialized sort of a molded product which not every manufacturer can make with that precision. So that is also going to be an added advantage for us when we try to sell our industrial systems or when we try to sell to big scale projects. Valves play a very key role. These are our water tank offerings. We make both blow molded and roto molded tanks. These are some of our adhesives, sealants, silicone sealants, membranes, waterproofing, tapes, construction chemicals offerings. These are the solvent cements that are being sold by the adhesives team, and also some of the industrial products sold by the adhesives team. These are some of the brand building initiatives that we've done. Branding is a very dear subject of ours, and we try to do something out of the box every year, and that is what has kept the brand alive in the heart and mind of the consumers. For the HSM market, Ranveer continues to remain our brand ambassador. For the South market, we tied up with Allu Arjun last year, and he represents Astral in the non-Hindi speaking market, so Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. So we are right now the first pipe company to have dual brand ambassadors at the moment. We launched the ad campaign with Allu Arjun last year. It was very well received by the local markets in the south and has been performing really well for us. We also did one campaign talking about the importance of good quality pipes and how people are using high amounts of calcium carbonate, or what we call as tuna, in pipe. So how to differentiate and what makes Astral product much better than what is being currently sold in the market, mostly by unorganized players. These are some of our cricket initiatives. We did a campaign with all the 3 teams that we sponsor, celebrating the 25 years of Astral. We also have an association with the Lucknow team for our Bondtite product. And we did a small engagement with them as well. So now, instead of just doing ad films for TV, we are doing small trade films. So we are making short films, and then using the medium of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram to target our end consumers and to target our actual users, and focusing on, short bursts of campaigns, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then focusing and targeting our key customers. And the ads are designed in such a way that, they are very funny, they are very light, and the message is very clear in them. So we do a lot of these small ads. So this is one of the campaign that we did for Bondtite. Now we have started the marketing and branding for our sanitary ware and faucet also. So in the coming 6 to 12 months, you will see a lot of ads in magazines and at, prominent places, and you will see a lot of buzz around this, our new sanitary ware and faucet product also. So we acquired Gem last year. This year we are doing a major revamp on the paint side. I think we will reveal certain strategies once they are ready to be executed into the market. So in a few months we will talk about, what we are going to do with the Gem brand and how we are going to integrate the Astral brand with Gem. So that is a story that will unfold in the next 6 to 12 months. So these are some of our, I'll cover some of our CSR initiatives. CSR is also very important thing for Astral. As a company, we are focusing on selected few areas, and then we are concentrating all of our efforts to ensure that our CSR fund is well spent and there is an actual result happening. So we focus on women empowerment, we focus on infra development, we focus on education, wildlife conservation, healthcare, and supporting the disabled. So these are some of our initiatives for the CSR work that we have done. So we put up a 2.7 kilometer pipeline in Hivali. There is a small film that we've made on that. That's on our CSR social media page. We donated fire uniforms to the Ahmedabad fire department. We've renovated and constructed many Anganwadis, and we have put up clean water drinking facilities at many schools and Anganwadis. For education, we have helped to develop a science museum at the riverfront in Ahmedabad. We are contributing uniforms, school bags, etc. for the government schools and schools in tribal and rural areas. For wildlife conservation, we are doing a lot of solar work in different jungles to provide drinking water for animals. Plus we are giving vehicular support to the forest department, plus stuff like, uniforms, other gears like shoes, etc. And we are also doing a lot of watershed mapping, lot of technical assistance to the departments to lay pipelines across the jungles. So that is some of the work that we are doing in the wildlife side. In healthcare, we are focusing on the juvenile diabetes, the whole camp that they give free insulin to kids coming from very poor families. So we are focusing on the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. We have recently donated a lot of wheelchairs to the specially abled kids. And for women also, we are giving, I think on Women's Day, we focus on women's hygiene, and we focus on, women healthcare a lot. Our CSR films has also won several awards lately. So these are just some of our sustainability initiatives in the company. Like I said, we are LEED Platinum certified for our silencer product. We have increased our solar energy capacity. We are certified with Griha for our CPVC pipes for the green certification. We have a 46% growth in our CSR spends. Our energy consumption through renewable sources was 18% in Santej and 20% in Dholka. Substantial increase in training hours from 12,000 hours to 17,500 hours. So a lot of work has been done on the sustainability side. Now I think I'll hand over the podium to Mr. Savlani, and he'll take forward on the way forward as well as the financials.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this is what the vision of Sandeep Bhai, what he want to see the company way forward. So basically, we want to be a focused company into the building material space, and we'll keep continuously focusing into this area so that our core area should not be disturbed. And even today also, many people have a question mark that Astral is entering into multiple verticals. But you see, we have never ever compromised our core business, that is the pipe business. Pipe business, still we are growing. I will show you the slides also where you will be having clear picture that we have not sacrificed neither on the growth side, neither on the profitability side. On the contrary, day by day, we are improving that and we will continue because we are seeing that in pipe category, another 10 years, there is no mandi. So we are very, very clear that we will not leave that core area and we will be continuously focusing in our CPVC, which is our bread and butter for our organization. And parallelly with this, we will be continuously adding the new, you can say the polymer related pipe, which Sandeep Bhai already explained many of them, that Drain Pro, the Silencio, bendable pipe. We are innovating certain things into the pipe category. And once we will be ready at the R&D stage, we will do that announcement. So that work is all, and shortly you will get that also. So this is the what I think we committed last time that in FY21, first time we given the guidance for the next 5 years that we will be growing at a 15% CAGR. We are going to doubling our company in 5 years. And we spend 1,000 crore rupees for the, you can say in last 5 years. And through that we have added the few new verticals also, like faucet is there, paint is there, drainage pipes, that is Silencio and Drain Pro is there, water tank is there, wall is there. All this put together, we projected that we will be doing close to about 1,500 crore revenue. And I'm very happy to share with you that this year we have already crossed the 400 crore plus mark. So we are on the track. And what we have promised you for 1,500 crore, we are confident that we will be able to deliver you 1,500 crore mark in next 5 years. So this is the 1 year we have completed. This is the industry outlook. We are foreseeing that this year should be the very good year for the industry in terms of pipe. We are expecting minimum 9 to 10% kind of industry growth. That is our internal estimate. I don't have an authenticated number from the industry what they are, but this is our internal estimate that minimum 10% kind of industry growth will be there. And per se Astral, we will be growing 15 to 20% in volume. Why we are claiming additional 5 to 10% kind of growth? That is mainly because we are launching new products. We are entering into the new geography, either by way of putting up a plant or by way of putting up the depot. So these all are going to help us to grow our market share. I can give you a few figures of East. East we have recently started, and today my plant is running at a 750 to 800 metric ton run rate consistently since last 4 months. So you can understand that next year alone in East we are going to add 15,000 metric ton sales. So that is the speed at which that new segments are growing. Plus, what Sandeep Bhai said that Guwahati, we are going to shortly start the plant because that is the rented premise. So next 3 to 6 months time, that plant will be operational with the initial capacity of 12,000 to 15,000 metric ton. That will also start giving us the revenue immediately because all the Seven Sisters hub is Guwahati. And from there only the distribution take place. If you are the part of that area in the manufacturing side, definitely you are going to get the market share. Brand Astral is very, very strong in the country. But the only thing is that in particularly polymer business, logistics play a very important role. If you are near to the market, then that is going to help you in a big way. So that is why we consistently telling that since last 5, 6 years, we are putting money, which is not required to put that much of capex, but still we are continuously doing intentionally high capex because we want to be a pan-India player. And that's why, though our capacity utilization is slow, still we are committing more capex. And that run rate now is going to be little slow, but still we have identified few pockets where we feel that still Astral is needed to be there and that is going to help to grow the market share. So that's why we are going to add one more plant after Guwahati, that is in, you can say, Hyderabad. Hyderabad, we are going to put 70,000 metric ton plant. Out of that, 30,000 will come in the first phase, that will be in FY25 second half, and then rest of the 40,000 we are targeting to bring in FY26 second half. So that is what, and there we are going to commit 100 crore rupees of capex. We have already acquired the land over there. Construction is right now going on. In the first phase, the PVC pipe will be there, and the water tank will be there. And in the second phase, all the other products of CPVC, white PVC, and all products will be there. So this is the number. You can see what we committed in this pipes. We committed in FY21 that we are going to grow at a 15% CAGR. In last 2 years, if you see, our CAGR is close to 25%. So we are much, much ahead what we have given the communication to you. So by nature, we are a conservative company. We don't want to commit unnecessary high numbers to you and then don't deliver. It is our history that whatever we communicate, we are always trying to deliver. Even in the worst environment like COVID, our company has delivered the number what we have promised to all of you. So this is the basically key things where we are claiming this thing, that the biggest advantage which we are seeing, the shift from unorganized to organized. What we are seeing late in the markets in last couple of years, the volatility has increased too much, particularly from the raw material side. Because of high volatility, there are plus side also, there are minus side also. Let me talk the negative side first. Because of this high volatility, the profitability become up and down. That is what exactly you have seen in the current year. First 9-month performance you see, and the last 3-month performance you see. That is the result of the volatility. So in a way, it is not a good from the investor point of view, because investor always want the consistency of number, and Astral always believe in the philosophy of consistency. If you see in any of our con call, we start with the consistency. We believe in the growth, but we believe in consistency of the growth. Not only in the consistency of growth, we believe in the profitable growth also. In this turmoil, you can see all the pipe companies' number. You will find so much of up and down. Compared to that, if you see the profitability of Astral, Astral is still maintained much, I can say, stronger than what peers are doing. So we always believe in, sometimes we have to sacrifice little growth also because of consistency, but we are very clear that we will be maintaining the consistency, and we will be, whatever we are going to do, that should be a profitable. Otherwise, we are not here to burn the cash. Not a single business we are mentally prepared to burn the cash and grow the business. That is not the mindset of the management. So that shift is definitely from unorganized to organized is going to help us in the long run. The plus side of this is that the smaller players, day by day, we are seeing that because of this high volatilities are getting wiped out from the system. And we can see clearly, not only smaller players, even the bigger players are getting a lot of stress on their balance sheet. And that is going to affect them sooner or later. So people who are doing only top line game, ultimately they are going to suffer like anything. Because now, capex are not that easy to do, because land cost is going up, construction cost is going up, machine cost has gone up, everything is going up. So in that environment, if you are not making money, then it will be very, very challenging for do the future capex. So only top line is not going to serve the purpose. So that's why we are seeing that this volatility is helping us, not only immediate basis, but definitely on a long-term basis, it is going to help the organization, because small player will be wiped out from the system. And many, I can say, bigger player also who are not focused on the profitability, they are also going to suffer in this kind of volatility. And this volatility will still be there for some more time. It is not that this is the end of the journey. It will keep continuing for some more time. Maybe 1 quarter or 2 quarters, we are foreseeing that still volatility will be there. Secondly, we are foreseeing the high growth from our recently launched product. Whatever new products we have launched, tank is the live example. In the very first 2 years, first year we did around 43, this year on a net basis we did around 94 or 95 crores. On a gross terms we did around 115 crore, 113 crore. So in a 2 year span we have reached close to about 100 crore mark. Similarly is the situation of the other new products. So new product contribution will be very high in terms of percentage because the base is still very, very low. So that is going to help us to grow faster. That's why we are claiming a 15% plus kind of volume growth. Otherwise, industry 9 to 10%, we being one of the larger player in the industry, we should be at par with the industry growth. But we are still of the view that we will be beating the industry growth, what is going on in the market. Secondly, decentralization of plant, which is continuously we are telling that we are continuously doing the decentralization, and decentralization is definitely helping us, which you can clearly see in the numbers also, that because of decentralization, our profitability in last 4 or 5 years has improved a lot. Because logistics play very, very important role in pipe industry. Within pipe also, if you see, the PVC is the low value product. On that, logistic cost in terms of percentage will be very high. So if you want to do the PVC business, then you have to be decentralized. Otherwise, it will be practically very difficult to do the business. See, PVC still, it's a costly product. So from a distant location also, you can serve the market by incurring 2 to 5% kind of freight, because there still the margins are also high. While PVC, everyone knows that the margins are very, very reasonable, I can say, particularly for a company like us. Otherwise, for a mini company, it is a very thin margin business. In that thin margin business, doing the business from the distant location is going to be a pain. So that's the why we have accepted that theme of decentralization, and continuously we are decentralizing ourselves. We started from west, then we entered into south, then we entered into north. This year we have entered into the east. So now all the 4 zones we have covered. Within 4 zones also we are seeing still some pockets are there where we can grow in future, and we are going to add the capacity, and that is why 2 more locations we are adding shortly. Secondly, because of the brand strength, continuously companies spending a lot of money into the brand building activity. Whether you can say our relationship with Salman Khan, which has created the Astral from one level to next level, then supported by IPL, and then now recently been Ranveer Singh, and late Mr. Allu Arjun. So all this branding campaign has given clear visibility of the brand Astral across pan-India. So that is going to give us the pull effect. So far we were in the push mode. So continuously we were pushing our product into the different geography. But now this all event and continuous visibility, particularly in this time I am seeing, everyone is telling that we have seen Astral in IPL. Hardly anyone is there who will say that I have not seen the Astral, because this time the viewership of IPL is the highest in the history. So that has given a clear visibility of Astral brand across the country, and that is giving us pull effect not only into the pipe business, but our new businesses like our adhesive and sealant business, our sanitary ware faucets. Still it is a baby, I can say, but there also at least visibility has started coming. Tank also. All these new products is going to be immediate beneficiary out of that. Pipe and adhesive is now at least at a certain size, but new businesses are having low base. So if the low base products are getting the visibility of brand, they will be ramp up very quickly. So that's why we are expecting that the new businesses will contribute very fast in the coming time. Adhesive also we are expecting that this year industry should grow somewhere around 8 to 10%, and our company will be growing much faster. We are expecting 20% plus 20% growth, because UK may not be giving us the 20% growth, but India business will definitely grow more than 20%. Last year also, in spite of so much challenges, so much of volatility of chemicals and all, Reginova products were close to about 21% growth, and a very, very healthy margins also. So now, again, in that business also, we are foreseeing that the margins will be above 15%. Last couple of years, margin was challenged because chemical price has gone up heavy. Some chemical we have seen, it has doubled the price also during this volatility. And in that business, pass-through take place very, very late. So because of that, it was a really challenging for us to maintain the margin. But now I think we have come back. And now from this year onward, we are foreseeing that the margin will be 15% should be the minimum margin this year. That is what we are expecting from this business also. UK had a lot of challenges because of COVID and all this thing, and you know protocol in that countries are very different. So because of that, we had challenges of growth. So because of that, UK operation were not able to grow last year, so they were flat at around 332 or something crore for last 2 years. But this year, I think we are confident that UK will also give us minimum double-digit growth. That is what we have got the budget also, and we are seeing on ground also things are changing, and margin expansion also has started in UK business also in last month of April, I can say. But it's too early, but we are of the view that both the businesses, India operation as well as UK, both are seeing a margin improvement in the month of April, but it is too early. But on a full year basis, at least whatever we have delivered last year, we should be much better than the last year in this current year. So Reginova also continuously we are adding the products basket also. The best part is that what Sandeep bhai said, the management bandwidth. So there also in every vertical we have appointed a head, and they have come from a reputed companies, and they have taken charge of that division, and slowly and gradually they have started working on that, and they have started giving us the growth. And that is the reason last year, in spite of so much of volatility, we grown 20%. Still, I can say our base is very, very low in adhesive. Still, we are 850 crore company in India. So still we are a small company compared to the opportunity what is available of 15 to 20,000 crore kind of opportunity. So still there are high probability that next 4 to 5 years we can grow at a much higher pace than what is the industry's growth is there. So we are still maintaining that next 4 to 5 years we will be able to grow around 15% kind of our top line. So that is what we are expecting, and that's why we have not revised our guidance. So we will be still maintaining that we will be able to maintain 15% CAGR growth for next 5 years. Yes, definitely challenges will come like what has happened in polymer this year. If the polymer suddenly come down, like PVC has come down from 162 peak to today almost 75 rupees. If this kind of volatility will keep coming, then 1 year maybe miss that number. But again, on a 5-year basis, we don't see any challenge will be there. So last year also, you can see there was a drop in the polymer price substantially. Still, we are able to grow not only in volume terms, but in value terms also. So we are working on internally how to cross-utilize the data of every division. Like all divisions are interconnected, pipe, maybe adhesive, maybe sanitary ware, faucet and all, where we want to see that how this data can talk to each other. Now suppose any sales guy visited any project and he got the pipe order. So he can immediately inform the other teams that I have got pipe order, or there are high probability that other product can be sold. So he can immediately inform the sanitary ware and faucet division also. He can inform the adhesive team also. So that team also will get the information that here Astral has already connect, and they are already using the Astral products, pipe product. So there are high probability that we can able to convince for the other products also. So we are working on that. And similarly, the dealers also. Many dealers are common. They are selling our adhesive also, some are selling pipe also, some are selling sanitary ware, faucet. So there also we can work out a strategy whereby the team can talk to each other through the software, whereby they can get the information and they can pass on to the other team, and other team can connect them and they can bring the business from there. So there we are working very seriously, and we have assigned the task to the team. And team is working on that, and software is under preparation, and hopefully in next 1 or 2 years we will be able to work out on that parameter, and that is going to help the organization in a big way. So this is, I will take last. So this is the performance of plumbing business. So plumbing include pipe and sanitary ware and faucet. Faucet is hardly any number. So mainly it is the pipe business. You can see the growth. This is the last 4-year CAGR growth, which is almost 24%. And EBITDA growth is also 21%. And PBT growth is 27%. Last quarter, the value growth was not there because mainly polymer price has fallen down. But again, on a full year basis, we were still in a better position. Same way, but here the top line growth was not there, but because of fall in the price, there was a sizable improvement into the EBITDA. That's why you can see in the last quarter, EBITDA growth was 34%. Same thing PBT was 40%. So all these numbers are there, so I don't want to take much time into that side because all are in public domain already. This is the capacity utilization. You can see consistently capacity utilization is improving, and we almost reach at the stage of 60% utilization. So still it is low. Because of decentralization work is going on, that's why utilization is low. But once this decentralization will be paused, then the capacity utilization will shoot up very fast. This is the working capital. Working capital, here you can see that the debtors day and this inventories are very well in control. You can see what was there in FY20 and what is now today. But this creditor days were reduced mainly because in the month of March, we had a big advantage of currency and we were sitting on the cash. So what we did, we get the discount from our supplier and we paid them early and took the advantage of currency. So we have booked 6 crore rupees of foreign currency gain in our books of account in last quarter. So almost 2.5 or 3 crore we have booked in exceptional item because that was related to, you can say, creditor, and other was related to the financing side. So because of that, it is reflected into the other income. So because of to take that advantage, we paid up early to the creditors, and that's why it is showing the overall working capital days, some days has come down. Otherwise, working capital is very well under the control. This is the paint and adhesive. There also the growths are more or less on a track, going very well. So I don't want to discuss much into this number because it is already with you. So this is the breakup of our pipe business and the other business, paint, adhesive, and here also you can see still 73% of contribution is coming from pipe. Though pipe has a higher base, but still we have not sacrificed our core business. And here we will continuously going to give focus, and in the coming time, we are confident that the pipe will still grow at a higher run rate than the industry, and that is why this ratio will be more or less maintained, or maybe little bit reduced in terms of percentage, but the absolute level pipe will keep growing at a reasonably high pace. This is the consolidated full year number. Last 4 year growth is around 26%. EBITDA growth is 22% and PBT growth is 26%. So more or less going in same line. This is the, you can say, Q4 number. Again, this is the consolidated number of working capital. What I explained you that to take the advantage, we have taken hit on the creditor side. We have reduced the creditor days. Otherwise, everything is within control. And this is the net cash position of 410 crore. This is the what the market opportunity in which Astral is there. What Cairo was telling, that close to about 150,000 crore plus opportunity there. Pipe is close to about 37,000 crore market. We are just 8-9% of the market share. So still huge scope for the growth and gaining the market share. Adhesive, we are still 4-5% of the market share. So there is also huge potential to grow fast in that segment also. Adhesive UK, we are just 2.5%. So there also there is enormous opportunity for the growth. Paint is the just beginning of the journey. So there is no point to discuss about that. This is just 0.4%. Even if we get 1% market share over a next 10 to 15 years period, our growth will be 20% CAGR. Even if we take 1% market share. After 10 years, I am telling you. If we get 1% market share, what is there, we can grow in 20-25% CAGR. So huge opportunity into that business. Of course, challenges are there. It is not an easy business. But at the same time, brand Astral is very, very strong. So we have a confidence that in that segment, because right now, whatever growth at 10% you are seeing in the paint business of the gem paint, which is coming from only 3 states. So once it will become a pan-India, definitely the numbers will be much, much better. And with the support of Astral dealer and distribution network and the brand, we will be growing much faster. This, I think, most of the points I have covered, so I will not take much time into that. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any question, you can ask us. Once again, I am requesting my investor, look at this company from the 10 years point of view. And these things I am not telling you today. From my first analyst meet till today, I think 2000 2008 was our first analyst meet, 2007, post-IPO. Arun Bhai was there. Till today, I am telling that 1 or 2 year ups and down will be there. But if you pick up the little longer horizon of 5 year, 10 year, we will not be going to disappoint you. You pick up the return from any point of view. You pick up 1 year return, 2 year return, 5 year return, 10 year return, 15 year return. All categories, Astral is beating the expectation of the market. So please trust us but come for the long term with us. Thank you very much.
Sandeep Bhai, thanks for a very detailed presentation. 2 questions. One, you've added a segment in the adhesives business. If you could give us some sort of an opportunity that we have in this segment, and what will be the major user case, use base of this segment?
So in adhesives, there are 4 segments, and the first segment, which is called maintenance, has certain chemistries. Segments are based on where the application is and with the chemistry is. So epoxies, cyanoacrylates and silicones and many other such products fall under the category of maintenance, where maintenance is called a category but used in construction, but it's joining the stone or many other such applications. The wood is mainly for the wood joinings. The construction chemicals, which is the fastest growing category of the adhesives, has many applications. Cementitious mixtures, then waterproofing, then a lot of things connected with fast setting of cements, fast setting of where you can speed up the construction work. So today globally also construction chemicals is the fastest growing segment, and India is much behind the globe because of here there are many reasons this segment got not covered, and there were many reasons which we would not like to discuss here, but today if you see with more companies, with branded companies coming into construction chemicals, also paint companies coming into construction chemicals, this segment is going to grow at a fast pace and will be mainly used for many applications where the raw construction is done, waterproofing and cementing and mixture. And industrial is the same products when sold in bulk for industries, industrial segment. Products are same, but if you sell 500 grams to 1 kilo, 2 kilo is normal retail. If you go to industry, you go to Agra and sell epoxy for making bangles, is an industrial segment. So all these are different 4 segments in adhesives. And each segment, as far as I am understanding from the market, has picked up a huge growth. There are certain chemistries and certain products which have come in the international market, especially Europe and America and many other markets. We are still much behind in that. And when these hybrids, these are called hybrids, single component. Now there are a lot of 2-component products. India is on 2-component product. The world is moving to single component product. And as it moves to single component product, the whole way of looking at adhesive will change. And we, in our UK and US plant, are moving to single component. We have water-based products in UK and US, which we are launching in India for doing waterproofing. So these are also good in way of not creating hazard environmentally and for the applicator. So a lot of things are changing. The good part we have a UK unit, we have a US unit where the R&D is strong, and the India unit where even the R&D is strong. So everyone talks to each other. A lot of development is done in between all these units. And we have access to chemistries from global countries like UK and US. So a lot of these things are helping us. There are certain things we are working on, very advanced chemistries. It's too early to communicate on that till we don't bring it to the market and try selling it. But we are already going to launch it at some point of time this year.
Hiranand Bhai, you've given us guidance on a 5-year basis for your core products, pipes, plumbing, adhesives. If we look at the new products, I know the base is very, very small, so any number that you give may get knocked off in the very first year itself. But if we look at a 5-year horizon and try and club all these products into new and emerging products, some number you would like to give us of growth?
I think 15% I have given, that is the consolidated number I have given. Yes, definitely there are a lot of triggers available into that because we are working on multiple products in our plant, whether it is a pipe category, whether it is a adhesive category, now even paint also we are working, something new. So these things, once it will unlock, then I will be in a position to communicate to you. Today, if I will start talking the big number, and even if in 1 quarter I will not be able to achieve, everybody will start firing us. That you said this, you are not delivering this. And the problem is that nobody has a patience for the long term. Everyone wants every quarter you outperform, which is very difficult for us to do. So that's the reason we have given the long guidance. And that's why I said clearly that come with Astral for next 10 years point of view. Because it's too early to say that what is going to happen 2 years down the line or 1 year down the line. Because company is growing so fast and bringing so many new things that many times plant people come, सब में all of a sudden come, कह रहे हो से हिरण जी ये product ready हो गया. अभी हिरण जी को भी पता नहीं होता है कि कई बार कितनी product काम चल रही है. तो इतना fast development हो रहा है ना plant level पे, R&D team इतनी बड़ी हो चुकी है Astral की. तो मतलब पूरा building एक तो R&D का हमने बनाया हुआ है adhesive के अंदर. तो things are moving so fast ना, तो it is too early कि कौन सी product कब launch होगी. जब तक वो प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च नहीं हुए तब तक टू अर्ली टू से कि ये प्रोडक्ट का रिजल्ट क्या आएगा. एक बार लॉन्च हो जाती है तो पता चलता है कि मार्केट से क्या रिएक्शन है. तो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैपनिंग एट एस्ट्रल लेवल. उसमें बहुत सारे गेम चेंजर भी हो सकते हैं, बट इट्स टू अर्ली टू से, क्योंकि अभी हमारा फोकस वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट पे ज़्यादा बढ़ता जा रहा है डे बाय डे. कि भाई ग्रोथ तो आएगा ठीक है, बट ग्रोथ के साथ प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी तो मेंटेन होनी चाहिए. खाली ग्रोथ नहीं करना है, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी तो करनी ही है. तो दैट्स वाई इन एवरी माई कॉन कॉल आप देखोगे तो मैं शुरुआती वहीं से करता हूँ कि कंसिस्टेंसी ऑफ द ग्रोथ एंड द प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बोथ. और मेरा फोकस यही रहता है कि कैसे कैपिटल को डिप्लॉय किया जाए, क्योंकि वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. क्योंकि जब आप मल्टीपल टास्किंग पे काम करते हो ना तो सब लोग आके पैसे मांगते हैं कि भाई इसके लिए 25 करोड़ दो, इसके लिए 50 करोड़ दो, इसके लिए 100 करोड़. तो वी हैव टू उसको प्रायोरिटी देनी पड़ती है कि भाई कौन सी प्रोडक्ट जल्दी आ सकती है. अदरवाइज कई बार क्या होता है कि आप पैसे डाल दोगे लेकिन वो प्रोडक्ट 3 साल के बाद आएगी तो वो पैसा तो ब्लॉक हो गया. तो है काफ़ी अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल है, बट अभी जब तक वो अनलॉक नहीं हुई है ना, देन आई थिंक वी विल बी हैप्पी विद दिस गाइडेंस. विद द टाइम इफ रिक्वायर्ड वी विल चेंज अवर गाइडेंस ऑल्सो.
Sir, last question. Sandeep bhai, you have been very passionate about the valves business. So you did talk about it in your opening remarks. So if I were to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, have you reached somewhere around 7, 8 of what you have set out to do in this business?
Especially if you see why I was passionate is that we are a country where we are net importers of valves for industrial applications. And with the vision which we are making in India, why can't we make if Europe or America can make? Today all the industrial valves if you see in all our industries used is coming from abroad. So that's why I am passionate that this thing will replace a big market of India. The way the industry revolution is coming and the way it is used in especially water systems and products and all. And if you see our product, especially made with the international standards, we are even above 7 for that. So we took a lot of time and we actually made a point to launch it when we are perfect. We never wanted to launch it half-heartedly. So now if you see our valves have gone as samples to developed countries and are getting acceptance.
Thanks. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, who is there? Yeah.
This is Rahul Agrawal from Incred. Sir, 3 questions. Firstly, on the employee grooming side, you mentioned you're adding people on adhesives and paints. I just wanted to know, are these people from outside Astral Group, or there is a lot more promotion which is happening in the company? That's the first question.
There is a, okay. You want one by one to be answered or all the three you ask?
Okay, second question was on the constraint side. Essentially, the presentation spoke about how we're growing, what kind of guidance we're giving for next 5 years. Just wanted to know the risk side of it also. What could be a hindrance to achieve this growth? Maybe right now if you're facing anything, or maybe in the future. If you could just highlight 2-3 major risks which you think can stop you achieve this target, it will help us to track it better. And lastly, on bathware, we've seen some brands, likes of Kajaria, Somani, Varmora, growing from a very small base, but after 5 to 9 years into existence, not really reaching even 500 crores of sales. You said Astral will do different in terms of product profiles. Could you just elaborate more on this? Will be really helpful. Thank you.
See, the first thing is that there is a mix of promotion and mix of people coming. When you were a small company, as I told, there were people who were good and were performing great. So they have been already promoted and taken to a level, and they are also a part of ESOP programs, and they are also a part of variable pays and a lot of these things of having those teams with us. For certain things where we need people who think about out of the box, and which people who have run such businesses and markets, and where we need talent, we are trying to add talent. So it's a mix of talent, addition and promotions. Now coming to your second point, the guidance, I think, second was risk. Risk in any business if you take is always there. Now the risk which we have, one is we are always dependent on polymers, and we have seen ups and downs of polymers. And polymer behavior is no one can predict. So that's one of the things which always risks our business in plastics. If you see the similar things in the category of adhesives or paints also, we are connected with a lot of chemicals. So this is the major thing, that the raw material movement can be a risk. Second, covering the market is not a risk, but how fast we move is also is a challenge for us, and that we are already addressing by reaching the nook and corner of India with the existing pipe business as well as the adhesive, and now we have to do the same with faucet ceramic ware and similarly in paints. So a lot of things, a lot of challenges are on our way. But now you will be surprised also that our bandwidth of manpower is very adequate, very good, and all of them know the vision, the goals, what they need to achieve. And 4 of 4 divisions are working for promoters without any stress, because you are always concerned that chewing more than what we can actually gulp is not the question which we have done. Very logically we have chosen these 4 segments. And if we had not chosen, there would be a point where our network, dealer network, and our cross-utilization would not have happened, and at some point the growth had come to a stagnation. Now what is the other branch done? We don't want to see pictures. We are a company with 4 divisions. Those companies which you pointed are only focused on these products. They are specifically only running on these products. We are a 4 division company. We are a brand much above than the brands which you talked as a name and known in the market. We are not telling you will be 400, 500, 700 crores, but we will logically grow at a proper pace in our faucets and ceramic ware product, built brick by brick. We are not forcing the market. We want the market to come. If you had come to see me in 2007 in plastics, from 1998 to 2007, I just reached 50 crores. In plastics, 50, a little above. So that was journey where you could have forecasted Astral to be a 5,000 crores when we first came in public. So certain products, let it launch. Let us speak after 4 years, and let us have our conviction that we are not looking at any competition. We are asked about adhesives when we acquired that, what are you looking at? We are compared to the giants. And we said we will grow. we'll put our footmark in the market, we'll grow our pace, and we have done the same thing. We have not taken up head-on with any companies. When you see paints, we are all surprised because the giant is way above us, way above us. But there is a market, and we'll make our footprint slowly and steadily. What we'll do is top line will increase at a good pace, and the bottom line will not be compromised. That is the real sense of growth we'll achieve, and we are confident about all the product line to reach at some level. But you have to give us some space of few years to see and prove ourselves, which we have done with our products in the past. Today in adhesive, let us be proud that we are at least the number 2 of the adhesive in this market, where number 2 never exited. It was only in 1 and 10 then. So at least we have made a mark to reach at a level where we have a recognition of adhesive in the adhesive business, and we are looked upon by the competition as a competitor. So that's the mark which we created in this 7 years of journey in adhesives.
Thank you, sir, for answering the questions, and congratulations to Hiranand Bhai for the promotion on the board, sir. Thanks.
Hello, sir. So my question on the paint business. So we've indicated that we'll be launching the product business or product in 6 to 12 months. First, from a 3 to 5 year perspective, what kind of investment we'll be making in this business?
Which business?
Paint business.
So I think investment is not needed in that business because the company which we have acquired, which has already capacity which can take care of close to about 800 crore to 900 crore business. So today we are hardly 200, gross term we are 250 crore, and net term we are close to about 216 crore. So I don't think any investment is needed. Little bit investment may be needed for some packaging side or some other side. That we will do, but that will be negligible, hardly 10-15 crore rupees or so. That's not a big number for us. Okay. Now coming to the growth side of that business. For growth, what you need? Capex is done. So you need the working capital. That company is generating so much of cash flow that whatever additional cash flow they needed for the working capital, they are generating more cash flow than what the working capital they needed for the growth. So on the contrary, that business will generate a cash flow for us rather than we are going to deploy. The cash flow which we have right now deployed, that is for the acquisition of that equity. Because we have acquired 51% and that money is also lying in escrow. We have not parked that money to the promoter, and another 29% as per our commitment, which will be happening in Q2. Okay, so 300 crore total outflow will be there, but that will be completely for the acquisition. For the running of the business, we don't need any money.
So your comments related to 1 year operation, you're talking about 3 to 5 year perspective.
Another at least 2 to 3 years, we don't need anything till we reach at the 600-700 crore mark.
And secondly,
afterward, even if needed, we have enough space available in the Dahej facility where we can make the paint. So that is also not a problem. We have enough space over there. That is in a chemical zone. So I don't think even if afterward also we want to put any plant, the capex in paint industry is very, very negligible. Compared to the asset turn, if you see, which is very, very high in that industry. So capex will not be required much into that industry. Even if it will be required, that much cash flow will be generated by that business itself. Because that business is working at 14-15% EBITDA. And still Astral synergy is not being added. Because of that, it is growing at a slow pace. 8-10% growth is there. Once Astral synergy will be there, the growth rate will be much higher.
and this business will be purely decorative business, or we?
No, today it is 50-50%. 50% is industry, 50% is decorative.
And lastly, in the paint industry, another new player will be coming into the space. So the competitive intensity further increase in the sector. So, and smaller players could not make the very large presence in last 10 to 15 years. Very 2-3 players having a disproportionate market share. So, decision of
that will be always there when the
so my question is, you are targeting the unorganized space of the industry which you get more. How are you thinking of taking this decision?
No, there is no unorganized. If you see the paint business, I know smaller, every year there is a smaller, it is all challenging for us. I don't deny about accepting it. Everything is challenging for us, and every business has a challenge. Every business you step in is a challenge. But if you see our adhesive, the retail base which we have created, we have almost 100 plus thousand counters which are active. Everyone would not use, but if 10% of those join, it makes a sense. We are never going to, we are an organized company. We are a brand actually. We are seen every night in a TV. So we are a brand. We don't want to make our presence felt by only doing one. We will take on as a brand with everyone as a equal parity. We'll create products which have equal parity. We will have connections, but we will grow at our pace and will take time also. But we'll make our mark felt at some point of time. It will take few years. I don't say we are magicians here. We are actually businessmen. When you see my hair and when I see Nitin Bhai's hair, in the first analyst meet it was all black. And when I see my picture here, I feel little older here, Nitin Bhai, both of us. So before this comes completely white, we'll give you result.
All the very best, sir.
Thank you. Just on the lighter part, because everything was very serious.
Hi, sir. This is Dhananjay Bagade from ASK. Your OP per ton for this quarter for your piping business was fantastically high. Is this something which you could see sustainable for the business going ahead, or is it some segments which have done better?
So see, if you see the history of Astral, the Q4 is always a peak quarter, where the economy of scale will be the highest during the fourth quarter. So that advantage will give you per kg higher realization of EBITDA. Secondly, the contribution from CPVC will be always highest in Q4 because that's the seasonal month for us. So in seasonal month, it will be always high contribution from CPVC side. That is our value-added product. So product mix completely changed in Q4. And the margin gap is wide between PVC and CPVC. So because of that also, you are seeing that the sudden shoot-up has taken place. Third thing, what we said that we have added a lot of value-added products. So value-added product means they are contributing higher margin than our normal margin. So that has also contributed highest, I can say, in the last few quarters. So all put together has resulted this per kg higher EBITDA. But that is not going to be sustainable because this is the peak quarter. So in peak quarter, you will find this kind of number. But once you will go to the Q1 PVC product will be highest because in Q1 highest agri sale take place, highest drainage pipe sale take place, CPVC will be comparatively low because Q4 is high. Another thing is that in Q4 always annual target will be there to every dealers and distributor. So to reach that target, they buy the maximum CPVC to attain that ballpark number, to take the advantage of the annual scheme. So all this has contributed in Q4, but that doesn't mean that whatever was there earlier in 2 quarters, we will be going back to that level. So that will be a decent level, but again I am telling you per kg will be very, very difficult for us. If I will speak any number next quarter, you will be firing me. Because quarter on quarter will keep moving in a wide range. That's why I always tell investor that look at this number. If you want to see really number, then look at the full year number rather than looking at the 1 quarter number. If you want to invest the money, come for the 10 year, not for the 1 year or 2 year. Because this volatility will be there. So it is very difficult to meet the expectation on a quarterly basis. That will be really challenge for us.
Sure. And so this value added would be now for like the full year would be how much percentage of our revenue and what do we see that let's say scaling up, or is that something sensitive?
Full year?
For your piping, which you said value added, how much percent of the revenue would that?
I think we will not be able to disclose that.
Okay, sure, thanks.
Sorry for that.
So,
Venkatesh from Axis Capital. Again, going back on the question which he was asking, I think this quarter the EBITDA per kg in the plumbing was almost between 47 and 48 rupees per kg, which I understand. There are some things abnormal. Now, you also mentioned that you repaid your creditors a little fast. So because of that, you would have got some discounts also. So is there like is there like a quantifiable number for the discounts?
No, will not be much. Rather than discount, we get the highest benefit of foreign currency. So that was reflected in other income, and there was a positive side on exceptional income. So there the total 6 crore rupees was there into this line level item, other income and the fluctuation side.
Okay. Now, again, 90, I think 21 and 22, I think you did something like 42 rupees per kg for the full year. Is 42, 43 rupees a reasonable number, or is that is also slightly on the higher side?
So again, I am telling you, per kg will be very difficult for us to tell you, but definitely will be good number in the coming time, because now the volatility has reduced substantially. Let few quarter we pass through, because whether this kind of volatility will be there, then there will be up and down. If the consistency will be there in the polymer, yes, it will be a better number. How much, I think we will be in a position to tell you maybe 2-3 quarter down the line what will be the consistency. But right now fluctuation is wide, which you can see from 32 to 47 also. So these kind of high fluctuation is happening.
Okay.
So keep patient for couple of quarter. I think once the polymer will stable, then we will be in a good position to tell you that per kg what will be there.
Couple of other data questions. Can you share Gem Paints fourth quarter revenues and EBITDA, and also sanitary ware revenues, losses you have already put in the press release. Sanitary ware and faucets, do you have any revenues?
So I think we already shared 22 crore rupees gross sale was there in the full year wages. So because sanitary ware we started in the second half only.
Okay.
So
And Gem Paints?
Gem Paint, I think full year number was 216 crore, and last quarter it was around 58 or 59 crore.
This is on revenues.
Revenue side.
And what about
EBITDA was
EBITDA?
14.5%.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sir, if I may. Sir, in your presentation, you spoke about CPVC aluminum pipes, which is going to be one of the biggest innovation as per your commentary. Can you give us some idea about the product? What problem does it solve?
The metal pipes, when metal comes, the thermal expansion goes down. So if the thermal expansion goes down, the performance you get is of mix of metal and plastics. So if you see the globe is moving as a composite pipe also equally fast, especially the Europe PEX aluminum PEX or PERT aluminum PERT. So there are a lot of benefits where you have a thermal expansion issues in certain regions, and how this thermal expansion helps and all, I think one-to-one you can ask me, I'll explain you.
All right, thank you.
Hi, this is Deepak from SBI Pension Funds. Sir, it's my follow-up question on the previous question. If you could share some more information on the innovation that the company is doing on piping segment, in terms of how do you go about identifying gaps in your portfolio? How do you go about, how much time will it take to come to the market? What kind of market sizing are you looking at? And what does it really take to find these kind of innovations in the segment which has been in the country for decades? Thank you.
So, innovations usually come through from the market need. So, whenever there is a need for a certain product in the market, and whenever there is a gap, if we don't have a local solution for that, we try to make one to tailor that need. Now for CPVC, aluminum CPVC, the need came from the solar downtake lines in the city of Pune. There used to be a lot of thermal expansion and lot of sagging, and because of this the pipes started breaking at the fitting joint. So that is why, to provide the stability, we created this CPVC, aluminum CPVC product. Similarly, there are many other products in our pipeline that we are working on, be it adhesives, be it pipes, be it sanitary ware faucets, where a lot of R&D work happens day and night. It usually takes anything from few weeks to a few years for a product to enter the market. Certain products have a lot of regulatory approvals that take a lot of time. For example, the fire product has a lot of approvals. UL is there, BIS is there, long tests are there, 2 years, 3 years. So such products take a long time to enter the market. in adhesives, there are a lot of products where, you know, a chemist can work out a formula and there are no regulatory approvals. You just need to create the packaging material and it can come into the market within few weeks. So the innovation pipeline in Astral is always full and always up and running, and there's a lot of things that happen on a day-to-day basis. But because of the competitive intensity of the market we operate in, we only announce a product once it's made and once it's ready to enter the market. Because otherwise, a lot of this R&D and innovation work is a proprietary to our company, and we don't want the whatever we are working on to be leaked in our competitors, within the competitors or within the trade.
Sure. And given the fact that you've spoken about aluminium CPVC, any sense on what could potentially be the market size 5 years, 10 years down the line?
So this market is a very specific and a very niche market, but again, this is you can say like a Bentley of plumbing. You can use this product in the internal plumbing also if you want to use it. It's basically a composite pipe. So it doesn't mean that you only need to use it in the solar downtake lines. If you have the budget and if someone is willing to pay, 2-3 times more than the regular plumbing products available in the market and wants to do the entire internal plumbing of their house with this product, it's possible. So it is a premium product, and composite pipes are currently picking up in the Indian market. Different types of composite pipes have started entering the market. So we want to create an innovation around this same, but we want to try to do it with CPVC because that is a polymer we are most comfortable working with, and even India is most comfortable working with.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes. So this is Mitul Shah from Reliance Securities. Sir, I have two questions. First is, in initial remarks, Sandeep Bhai talked about bullet train potential. So what are the products can be used and what would be the application side, and what is total potential over a tenure, and what stage we are right now in terms of any trials or only primary discussion?
We are already supplying to the bullet train project. There are a lot of products in our Rex that are going into this particular project. So right now, whatever work that is happening, it's all an elevated line. So they are using it for tensioning, basically. And a lot of this multi-Rex product is also used for laying down of cables. So we are already supplying big time to the bullet train project, and L&T is the company that we supply to.
In terms of any revenue numbers or any potential?
That we don't share.
Okay. Second question, sir, on agri pipe side, when we talk to rural or what feedback we are getting is that there is a strong demand or spurt in demand for agri pipes in last one or 2 months, and most of the companies seems to be stock out. So what is the industry scenario here, and how we are positioned in terms of inventory and supply side?
We are also in the same boat. We also have a very strong demand for these particular products in the last couple of months, and we are also running in the fast moving category. We are also running hand to mouth, but we are able to supply almost most of the orders that come to us with a few days of wait. So we are not we have bought enough machines in the last couple of months to make sure that the capacities are in line with the demand.
Thanks and all the best, sir.
There is also some hiccups in the market due to non-supplies by some brands, due to various issues which we don't want to get into, but these are also the reasons why we feel this part may be there.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for a lovely presentation. I have two questions. One is you spoke about the cross-utilization of data in the brands that you operate in. So can you speak about some of the initiatives that you would have taken and how is the progress there? And how do you really measure the distribution efficiencies arising out of that?
So like we are developing a software whereby suppose my plumbing guy is going to any dealer's point and he find that here paint is selling. So he can put the remarks in the system, which we can be a predefined question. He can tick on that. So immediately that thing goes to the paint division, and paint division guy get immediately all the data so that he can approach to that counter. Similarly, project side also. Now suppose here Hirandani's one project is there, and here somebody, my faucet guy is going or pipe guy is going there, and he find that here also we can sell our product. He can give the even brochure of other products also to them, and he can put in the system that here I made and here this product can be sellable. Immediately the other team guy can approach to, because ultimately product wise team will be different, cannot be one person serving to all the category. So he can immediately give the information to them. All the data will be there in the system, so he will get immediately all the connect, who is the person, where is the location, which is the builder. He can get ready data, so he can immediately approach them. So thereby we can use the data bank and we can do the cross-selling benefit.
Last time I remember you had spoken about the loyalty program that you were running. So any updates on that? How is that helping you in the last mile distribution?
So loyalty program is going on with big bang, I can say. One of the sizable side program in the piping industry which Astral is running, whereby we have connected all the plumbers across the country. We have connected all the dealers, more than I think 35,000 plus dealers are connected with that. So all dealers, any purchase they are doing from any of distributors across the country, he will get the loyalty point, and that loyalty point he can encash with the company through a Paytm also. Now this year onward we are going to start the direct bank credit also, or through a voucher, maybe a gold voucher or maybe a foreign trip, depend the option which company is giving to them. So he can encash that. So that program is running very well. Through that we can get a clear visibility of where our product is selling, which dealer is strong, which is selling average product. So we have categorized dealers, plumber into the diamond category, gold category, silver category, like that way. And based on that we keep interacting with them, we continuously dialogue with them, and we keep giving them the very, very lucrative incentive plans to them, so that they can be connected with the company and they can do more and more sales of the company product.
And
There also integration will play a very important role, because he can buy any of the Astral product and he can get the loyalty point, and he can encash that part also.
And do you expect any margin expansion because of this initiative or any other initiative that you would take in the...
I think we are already at a good margin, so there is no point to expand the margin from here.
So it will likely
We
help
are the
you
highest in the industry.
Sure, sir. So next question was on the EBITDA
I think you
margins.
should restrict your question so other can get the chance, please.
Just last one question,
Yeah.
sir, on the EBITDA margins. Do you see all these acquisitions that you have been doing, or the integration of all the businesses that you are in, do you see those as margin accretive or margin dilutive in maybe next 10 years?
I'm not getting your question.
So after you have forayed into paints business, walls business, tanks business, so do you see all these businesses improving the margins in future, or do you see the margins will be dilutive?
No, margins will not be diluted, because paints we have not, paints we have acquired. Tanks we only acquired one small company. Rest all is our production.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
We have not acquired and done tanks. Or walls we have not acquired. It is our own plants.
On the contrary, these products give better margin.
Yeah.
This value-added product will be better
Paint only is acquisition.
Yes, Sandeep bhai. It seems that from what was presented, Astral is firing on all the cylinders.
No. Many pending.
No, what I'm trying to highlight, sir, is extension of board, extension of team members, experienced people coming on board. To a large extent, it seems that things could be to some extent on autopilot, where some few challenges where you are required. So I'm curious to know, sir, what is your mind occupied with taking Astral, say, in 2030? I'm not wanting numbers, but I'm trying to think through where is it your mind is occupied with. What, I'm not saying worries you, but what is it that bothers you, that you need to be on top of it at all the time, from the risk point of view?
One is I have two sons. Then our team is there. So human, today, taking care of human is the biggest challenge for us.
Agreed.
Machines don't need cajoling, consoling, understanding. Machines do their work very silently. Computers do their work very silently. So a lot of time goes in taking care of the humans, and the senior humans are, you can understand. I don't want
Appreciate,
to
sir.
expand on that. So that is one thing. Second, I'm doing firefighting like strategies where things are there, seeing that things are happening. And wherever, see, when you are growing at a pace, there are certain things where you also ignore, or sometimes you have to keep seeing that you don't become complacent. You don't take your market as a consider. So we are continuously getting on the ground and doing our work, whether it's connection with the market, distributors, users, teams, and systems. So sometimes that's correction, sometimes that's firing, sometimes there are hot meetings, sometimes, so a lot of things are happening. But I think everything is happening for good, and I am confident going around in the market, and with all our team is confident. Next 25 years of this country is massive growth is coming for infrastructure, massive growth. The faster we move with more plants, the faster we create the reach, the faster we grow.
Sir, any vision for 2030?
કેટલો વિઝન કરું ભાઈ હવે તો
something which you feel, which you would have seen in international markets and developed markets, companies which has grown, where you think Astral should be heading up there?
I have seen recently in lot of these international markets that lot of technology change is coming, especially in the chemicals horizon. And I would feel that we would have to keep our pace with that thing. And in the globe, I think the way things are going to happen, we will have a very positive growth. So by 2030 એટલે બહુ લાંબુ છે સર. મારી ઉંમર 70 વર્ષની.
Sir, we have a long way to go, sir.
મારા 75 વર્ષ સુધી તો હું અહીંયા આવીશ, એટલે તમે ચિંતા ના કરો. But I think we should be at a very good scale of company. The way we are thinking, the good part of the whole thing is that the next generation also is quite to the ground and interested in the business. That is one of the biggest positive point if you see for a organizations who strive to that level, next level, and that is what there. And teams are there. All of family members are associated with many now family members. So I think it's a positive thing.
Fine, sir. All the best.
બધું હું કરું છે કહી દઈશ ને તો પછી તમે કરવા માંડશો. ઘણું બધું સંતાડવું પડે છે.
સાહેબ, એટલે જ તમારું માઇન્ડ જાણવા માંગુ છું કે where are you, what is going in your mind, because most of the things are on autopilot, sir.
ચેક કરી છે બજારમાં આવવાનું છે પણ રાઈટ ટાઈમ આવશે.
Okay, fine.
તો બહુ છે અંદર તમે આને
Fine, sir. Okay.
Good evening, sir. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Just a couple of questions. Firstly, during the entire COVID time, we have seen, a lot of unorganized players, losing market share with PVC prices shooting up. So just wanted to understand now that, prices have broadly stabilized. Where do you see the share right now? Do you see competitive intensity being high? I understand you're a CPVC-based focused company and more plumbing, and the competition was always more on the agri side. But just wanted to understand how is the intensity right now? Are those players out or are they back in the market? And just some sense here, sir.
So actually when the PVC prices shot up, the competitive intensity was very high because unorganized players who were mixing calcium. Now calcium is a very cheap material. It's 10-12 rupees kilo, maybe even less. So when the PVC was at its peak around 150-160 rupees, people were mixing 30-40%, 50% of filler. They were more price competitive than the organized players, because the delta was very high between the price of the calcium and the price of the PVC. As the PVC dropped from its peak of 162 to right now it is in the high 70s, what happened is that the unorganized sector who was using a huge amount of filler, the proportion of this product available in the market went down because the delta shrunk. So that is why you can see that majority of the organized players right now are sold out in the agri capacities. agri is the highest unorganized market in India, more than plumbing PVC or more than drainage PVC or any other PVC. Agri is the highest unorganized PVC consumer in India in the piping segment. So it is a clear sign that the competitive intensity from these unorganized players has reduced as the PVC price has gone down. So it's a good sign for the organized players and also a very good sign for the consumers, because the consumer sentiment is also very positive for the polymer.
Understood, sir. So secondly, just wanted to understand, the leader have been mentioning a lot on the Nal Se Jal scheme, taking all the benefits. Where do we stand? Are we participating in such schemes, or because it's a low margin and not that great business is what we feel?
So basically we are not actively selling to any of the government projects. We sell to contractors and distributors. Now say there is a Nal Se Jal contractor who has been awarded a contract for a certain area or a certain region, and if he is agreeing to buy my product at my quality and my price, we will gladly supply. But for the sake of some tonnage numbers or for the sake of some overnight supplies to such projects, Astral has never, it's not in our blood to reduce the price or to put high amounts of fillers or to reduce the quality. Basically whatever product I sell in Nal Se Jal, I sell in my trade, or I sell in my retail counter, or I sell to my projects. So we have never changed the product quality as per the requirement of the consumer. So if some distributor or some contractor who wants to participate in a Nal Se Jal scheme in his particular area and is happy to buy our product at our quality, our price, we are supplying. But we are not actively chasing for the sake of false volumes and then giving a subpar product, which is the demand for from most contractors in the country. That is not going to happen, not in Astral, because we very much adhere to the quality principles that we have.
Understood, sir. Thanks a lot, sir, and all the best.
और आपने अभी लेटली सुना भी होगा, पिछले 4-5 महीने के अंदर काफ़ी लोग कंपनियों को ब्लैकलिस्ट किया गया, इंक्लूडिंग बड़ी कंपनियों के. मैं आपको नाम नहीं देता हूँ, बट इंडिया की बड़ी कंपनियों को भी ब्लैकलिस्ट किया गया है. तो इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ दूध की दुकान है, 5 रुपये लीटर चाहिए तो 1 डब्बा पानी डाल दो, 4 रुपये चाहिए तो 2 डब्बा पानी डाल, ऐसी तरह से बिक रही है जल से नल में पाइपें. तो वो बिज़नेस कोई प्रॉफिटेबल बिजनेस नहीं है, और उसके अंदर जितनों ने भी चोरी की है वो सब एक एक कंपनी को गवर्नमेंट अभी ब्लैकलिस्ट कर रही है, और बहुत सारी कंपनियों के नाम पब्लिक डोमेन में आ चुका है, इवन आपको गूगल में से भी मिल जाएगा. तो वो बिजनेस में अगर आपकी क्वालिटी आपकी प्राइस से बिकती है तो यस वी डू, बट वो पोर्शन हमको बहुत कम मिलने वाला है, क्योंकि हम वो काम नहीं कर सकते. बट कई कंपनियां कर रही है, और वो धीरे धीरे अभी गवर्नमेंट को भी समझ में आ रहा है, और वो ब्लैकलिस्ट भी हो रहे हैं. So I think this was the last question. We are concluding this meeting. Thank you once again for everyone for joining this call. और अगर कुछ भी रह गया हो तो आप हमको 1-on-1 बाद में मिल सकते हो, पर्सनल तो आप मिल सकते हो, हम इधर ही है अभी.